All right, welcome back to LAK Sports, and joining me is Lenny, the Wolverine White. Lenny is preparing for the bantamweight title at PFC 22 on April 25th here in Sarnia, Ontario. So, Lenny, as always, thanks for taking the time, and always a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Luke. Glad to be here.
What was your first initial reaction when PFC offered you that bantamweight title?
I was actually pretty surprised because I know I've only had 3 fights for them, and I know there's probably much more guys out there with more experience and stuff like that. But when I got the shot, I figured it was earned. I've had fight of the night there once, and that last fight was just a minute and 30 seconds of pure dominance. So I think it was earned.
For sure. And you're talking to your coach earlier. He had a lot of great things to say about you, and knows that you're ready for this title shot. So how does that feel when you hear something like that?
It makes me feel a lot more confident going into it for sure, and definitely proud of the work I've been putting into the last few years. It's been a long road, and I'm ready for this.
How does it feel not only to be the main event, not to just get the title shot, but to also represent the city of Sarnia?
It's a big deal to me as my brother fought Montreal representing the Sarnia name. We have a bunch of guys here in Sarnia that's gone pro and represented the name. I'm hoping to bring a title back home to Sarnia here soon.
And what does it mean for you to be able to win the belt at this point in your career? And what do you feel that does for your amateur career so far?
I feel like it could heighten me to new experiences, get a lot more tougher fights. Maybe I don't plan on going pro anytime soon. Maybe another year or two of training,
Right.
take more fights, get the experience. But I think it shoots me up for experience-wise of going against more tougher opponents.
Clearly, winning the belt is the goal here. But the importance is it important to not just win the belt, but just to be that guy at 135?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd love to be that guy that everyone wants to get after and fight for the belt. Like I know what it's like to be or go after that one person when you wanted something so bad, and I like to be that person everyone wants.
Fighting Shane Melo, he's 3-0. What stood out the most about your opponent?
His height. He's a lot taller than me. When me and Miko fought in BTC here in Sarnia, we're both the same size. So I watched their matchup, and he's a little bit taller. Me and Miko are the same size. So it's just studying how to get in more and break him down inside.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned before that he's 3-0. How would it feel to be that guy to give him his first loss?
Oh, that would feel great. That would feel great. And it would add even the score on our cards as well, because I'd be 3-1, and then he'd be 3-1 as well.
Do you feel like that's another thing that would just add to your legacy as an amateur to be that guy at 135?
Yeah, honestly, I think so. I think it'd open up opportunities to travel too, to fight for another bout if need so. I think it'd be great.
What's the biggest edge you feel you have in this upcoming fight against Shane?
Power, for sure. I think power. I think I got the hands and the speed to destroy him.
And we talked about his height. Is there a certain teammate here that you have that the coach is going to be pairing you up with to deal with the height?
Yeah, there's a couple guys. We usually switch between. They're all a little bit heavier, which that's fine. At least we can still mimic the height difference. And we got Hudson and Austin sometimes good to go with. He's 6'6", but it's still good to realize the height difference sometimes. It's good to use the head movement to get in.
For sure. You know, you're fighting at home. What is there anything you've done to prepare yourself to not let the crowd sway you away from the game plan?
No, not really. I know what I'm here to do. I know my skills. I know my skill set. I know what I'm not good at. So I'm not going to take any risks just because the crowd gets hyped for it.
What version of the Wolverine are we going to see? Are we going to see a patient? Are we going to see Lenny come forward? What do we expect from you on fight night?
I think we might see a more patient version because it's a bigger shot here and it's against a much tougher opponent. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient.
Do you feel like this is the hardest camp of your amateur career so far?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, yes.
And what's the biggest thing that you're going to be working on during this camp?
I know he's got very decent ground and he's got pretty good hands. So I'm going to be working a lot of boxing and a lot of takedown defense and getting up off my back.
And just mentally, where are you at the moment?
I feel 100% confident. I've known these last few years I've been training hard, and this is my dream, so I'm ready for it.
For sure. And if you were talking to Shane right now, at the camera here, what would you have to say to your opponent?
I'd say bring a tough game, all respect. It's going to be a war on April 25th.
For sure. Now, I just want to end this off a little fun. I was talking to your teammate there, and I got to ask, who talks the most trash at this gym?
Oh, man. All these guys are pretty respectful. I'd
For
say
sure.
maybe I run them my mouth a little bit the most, just playful. I never go too disrespectful, but you gotta just like McGregor, you gotta add some fire to a promo sometimes in order to make it good.
For sure.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest guy at this gym?
Funniest guy? Hudson, for sure. Hudson Adair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's always late coming to training?
Piper.
If the coach isn't here, who's controlling the tunes around here?
Me or Hudson.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, who would last the longest?
Me and Hudson. Maybe Matt too. He's got some experience on him.
What would you bring to a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, guns, bats. Mostly, I think more melee weapons than guns, just because it'd be lighter.
Or your 5 a.m. alarm clock?
The 5 a.m. alarm clock.
No, you're not a morning bird.
Not a big morning person. I do the morning classes, but they're a stretch.
For sure. Anyway, Lenny, I appreciate you taking the time. Good luck on April 25th, going for that 135 title, and hopefully you bring it to Sarnia, and hopefully we'll talk again soon. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks you.
I appreciate it.